Hi, and welcome back to Nilda's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be teaching you a very simple dish to make. It's called Pollo Guisado. It's also known in English, chicken stew. It takes roughly about 35 minutes to make. Now let's go over the ingredients that you're going to be needing to make Pollo Guisado, or chicken stew. Of course, your main ingredients are chicken. You can use white meat or dark meat. My family likes chicken legs, so I literally just grab chicken legs and cut it in half. Also, another ingredient is your sofrito. You're going to be needing about 2 tablespoons of this. Your tomato sauce, again, 2 tablespoons. If you want to add more, it's entirely up to you. 2 packets of sazon Goya. This is to give you color and also to give you some seasoning. Ground cumin, just to sprinkle some on top. And this is bouillon cubes, but not the typical bouillon cubes that you have, that you see at the store. This is already broken down, so it's already in powder. Rule of thumb for this is that for every teaspoon is 1 bouillon cube. Also, another ingredient that you're going to be needing are your potatoes. I cut up about 3 medium-sized potatoes into small pieces. And what I like about this dish is that you can literally add whatever you want to. You can cut up carrots, you can cut up celery, you can add bell peppers to it. Whatever you want to put in there, by all means do it. I'm going to take the simple route, but once you're comfortable with the dish, you can add more to it as well. Another thing is that this is going to be the pot that I'm going to be using. As you see, it's just a medium-sized pot. And you're probably going to be needing about 1 cup of water. You don't want to, when you put the water into your pot, you don't want to cover up your rice, your chicken. What you want to do is that you want to just have enough water so it can cook. So let's get started on this dish. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my flame. You don't want to turn it too high. And I'm going to pour my chicken inside the pot. Always make sure your chicken is washed. So as you can see, the chicken's there. And I'm just going to pour some water in there. And it's not, as you can see, that it's not covered completely. And there's a reason for that, because you don't want it too much water, because then it's going to turn out to be chicken soup. And you don't want chicken soup. You want stew. And stew is usually very thick. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cover this pot up and let it cook on maybe a medium flame. As you can see, a medium flame, and I'm going to let it cook for roughly about 15 to 20 minutes. That way the chicken is nice and cooked, and then once it's cooked for about 20 minutes, I'll come back, we'll put on the ingredients, and then wait another 15-20 minutes, and then you're done. Well, I came back to check on the Pollo Guisado. As you can see, it's starting to steam up and it's starting to boil. You don't want to dry out your water, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the flame a little bit lower. That way it can cook thoroughly. So again, if this happens to you, just make sure you lower the flame, and that way the chicken can cook completely. So the chicken has been cooking for exactly 20 minutes. As you can see, it's cooking nicely. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add our ingredients. And first ingredients I always put is my sofrito. Again, there goes 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons. Tomato sauce. Again, you can use more, you can use less, or you don't have to use any at all, but I always use tomato sauce in my Pollo Guisado. Another thing I'm going to be putting there is the ground cumin. Just sprinkle some in there. Your 2 packets of sazon Goya. As you can see, I'm just piling it all on top because you're going to mix it in anyway, so just go ahead, do it all at once. And then I'm going to go ahead and move that around. Make sure it gets nice inside. Now what you want to do is add your bouillon cube or your chicken broth, the chicken bouillon. I'm going to be using just 1 tablespoon. Again, you want to taste it. It's always to your taste, so taste it before you add more. And then now that's in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my potatoes. And just squeeze it in there. And that is it. So what we're going to do is that we're going to cover it up on low flame pretty much how it is right now and just let it cook. Again, it took 20 minutes to cook your chicken. And without ingredients, you also want to make sure your potato gets nice and soft. That takes an additional maybe 20 minutes. That's the reason why I said it takes roughly about 35 minutes. So we'll let this cook for 15 minutes, come back, make sure our potatoes are nice and soft. If they are, your dish is already ready to be served. So the pollo guisado has been cooking for an additional 20 minutes. And as you can see, it's cooked nicely. If you want to check to see if your potatoes are cooked, pretty much what you do is that you stick a knife through it. And you see how easily it goes right through. So that means your potatoes are nice and cooked. So what I'm going to do so it can get nice and the broth can get nice and thick, I'm going to actually leave it uncovered and have it cook for an additional 5 minutes. Again, the potatoes, it's going to get nice and thick, and that's what you want. So let's let this cook on a medium flame, how it is now, for about 5 minutes. We'll come back and you'll be ready to serve. So now let's get ready to serve. The rice is already done. And I'm just going to pour like that. As you can see, let's take a look at the pollo guisado. As you can see, it's nice and thick. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the same thing and I'm just going to pour it on top. And what you can do is grab some of the juice. If you want, you can pour it. My husband, this is what he likes. You pour it on top. And there you have it. Pollo guisado, chicken stew. Again, if you have any questions, please leave it at nildaskitchen.net or at my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.